Good afternoon. Welcome on in to another edition of From Day One. As you can see, it's time for the pranks, aka the masquerade is in play. But today we have a Southern citizen who wants jurisdiction over his drugs in court. Brought to you by our good friend over at Father Skeptic. If you take it away, sir.
And welcome to today's video. Today, we have a Moorish sovereign citizen in court taking on Judge Perkins, whom you guys seem to love.
And it seems that you really need an education on how this stuff works, and I'm going to give you one today.
Now today, we're going to do something a little different, as this is nothing more than a simple arraignment. But the sovereign citizen shits out his word salad for like 20 minutes before the judge actually has a chance to arraign him. So we'll play the end of the video, which is the arraignment first, just so you know what charges he's dealing with, and then we'll get into his nonsense. So let's begin.
I don't think that you're going to entertain any offer from the city. I will say that the offer is pleading to one count of disorderly conduct, and I'll buy you $240.
I'm not going to contract with the city.
Let me finish what I have to do. Let me finish what I have to do, okay? As far as the procedure is concerned. This is,
Okay, let's go. Excuse me.
No. Let me finish and I'll answer your question. We're here on an arraignment for Mr. Reginald Linton L. On one count, entering without permission. That's entering dwelling without permission. That is ticket number U61322121. Complaint number U61322121. The maximum possible penalty for that is 90 days in jail and or $500 in fine if you found guilty of that. We're also here on complaint number U61322221 in violation of 38-11-2 of the City of Detroit Municipal Code. The other violation is 314-1 of the Municipal Code for the entering without permission, and then the possession of cocaine is in violation of 38-11-2. Both of them are punishable by maximum possible penalty of 90 days in jail and or $500 in fines. I'm going to enter a not guilty plea on your behalf, sir, and I'll set a $0 personal bond.
So illegal entry into a home, which is pretty common with sovereign citizens, as they think that if they occupy a house that's for sale, or while the owner's on vacation, or while they're at work, then it's legally theirs. And possession of that booger sugar, more specifically,
Cocaine.
And last time I checked, crack cocaine is not legal to have in the city of Detroit. This is the city of Detroit versus Reginald Ray Linton L.
So let's not handle the road.
U61322121 and U6132221. Appearance for the record, please, or appear if he doesn't want counsel, then that's fine too. Do you want Miss Hatcher to represent you, Mr. Linton L?
Mr. Loser?
No.
All right. State your name for the record, sir.
I'm not here to contract with you. I'm just here as a meeting of the minds to get this case dismissed because there's no corpus delicti, and I'm not a state, federal.
I'm glad you're not a state.
Corporate entity, ins legis, if you will.
yeah, no shit, you're not a state, federal, or corporate entity. At least one half of your brain would have to be not smooth for that to be the case.
So my documents speak for themselves.
Yeah, denied.
And
Well, that's what I was talking
then
about.
there's a matter.
That's what I was talking
There's
about.
a matter.
Sir, shut
There's
up.
a matter of infringement.
All right. Are you done?
Oh, proceed.
Yeah, you said your documents speak for themselves, and that's what I was talking about. I spent the morning, part of the morning, reading all the documents that you provided, sir. And like I say, from what I can gather and from what I know about cases like this, you're trying to say that you're sovereign. The Constitution doesn't allow the city of Detroit or the state of Michigan to be able to police their streets and protect the health, safety, and welfare of their citizens, and that the laws that are codified in the state of Michigan and the city of Detroit do not apply to you. Is that correct?
Well, the thing of it is as it states here, if you read the document, as it states, I haven't harmed anyone. There's no corpus delicti. My going to visit someone.
It is a corpus delicti. They indicate that you have crack cocaine on you in the city of Detroit. And last time I checked, crack cocaine is not legal to have in the city of Detroit.
Stupid city of Detroit wants to violate our freedoms by making a dangerous and community-destroying drug illegal to possess in public. At this point, I don't know what's harder, being a crackhead, being a sovereign citizen, or being a crackhead sovereign citizen.
There's no doctor that's going to be able to give you a prescription for it, and this is the allegation that they've made. Now, I'll tell you this, I don't see any. Okay.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I'll tell you this. One thing I will acknowledge, and I will acknowledge that as for the Ibotta ticket, he did state in his pleadings that he was allowed to come in this house. He was invited in this house, and the house was fully furnished, and he was invited. So I don't know. I do have some question about that. I also have some. That's what trials are for. Yeah, that's what trials are for, and he's at least made that case and asked for the crack cocaine ticket. I don't know. Is there any way to determine that it was actually crack cocaine? So those are issues that I have with the case. But as far as what you're filing, I really, the stuff that you've put together, it seems like you've taken a lot of time with it, but you're also kind of contradicting yourself in your own pleadings when you cite the Michigan Court Rule 2.02b that allows me, and it says that I can take judicial notice. And particularly in that document, it says, when discretionary, a court shall take judicial notice without request by a party of one, the common law, constitutions and public statutes enforced in every state, territory, and jurisdiction of the United States, and two, private acts and resolutions of Congress of the United States and of the legislature of Michigan, and ordinance and regulations of governmental subdivisions of agencies of Michigan, and the laws of foreign countries. So, at one point, you're saying that these don't apply to you because of your sovereignship, but then you cite a court rule that's saying exactly the opposite. That I can take judicial notice because judicial notice gives me power to say that they do have a jurisdiction over you.
Basically, what the judge is pointing out here is something that we've all said for a long time, that these jackasses want all the benefits and rights that are protected by state and federal constitutions, but when it comes to breaking the law, those constitutions simply don't apply to them.
Well, there is no subject matter jurisdiction, and also, again, I'm gonna go back a little bit. Going to this home where the guy unlocked the door and said what he stated. Now, I went there to actually go.
Now, I don't want you to listen. Let me stop you right now. I don't want you to state anything that may implicate you, right? Incriminate you. I don't want you to state anything because now is not the time to defend yourself against those charges. I'm just saying that I see that in your pleading. Wait a minute. Shut up. Let me listen. I see that in your pleading, and on its face, then I probably would agree with that. If you go if somebody invites you to a home and it's full It doesn't look like it's it looks like they own it and live there. I don't know. On its face, that sounds like a good argument in your behalf. I don't know what the police are going to say. I don't know whether they have the ability to say that this property was not theirs, the person that you claim it was. But for the most part, I thought the argument would be a pretty good argument. But all this other stuff that you filed, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. I have no clue.
Well, you need me to elaborate? Exhibit 1.
I mean, well, like I say,
Exhibit 1 is an authenticated birth certificate. Exhibit 1 is an authenticated birth certificate. That's actually expatriation.
What?
Exhibit 2.
Hey, what is that? Say that again.
Expatriate.
Expatriate. What? Give me your understanding of what that means.
Well, in other words,
Come on.
I own what you would be going after, which is my estate.
First off,
No.
that's not what expatriation means.
Thank you.
Expatriation is basically giving up your citizenship voluntarily, and it's not as easy as these cavetards make it seem. You have to do it at an embassy, and it has to be approved by the very government that you do not believe in. But you know what? I, for one, welcome their expatriation. Now, can somebody please call immigration so we can deport these illegal aliens?
See, I am the beneficiary.
Let's go to that. Let's go to that portion. I read that portion, right? And you filed a document with the county, with the Wayne County Register of Deeds, and in this document it says a state conveyance deed, and this goes back to October 14th, I guess, of 2014. It looks like, or 2019, wherever that is. And it says that by first party grantor Reginald Ray Linton estate, a foreign estate whose original address is 814 Jefferson Avenue, Memphis, Tennessee, to second party grantee Reginald Linton L., a indigenous man, secured party whose mailing address is this mailing address I'm going to say on the record, and then it kind of goes through what you're conveying, and it gave some consideration. Well, first of all, I'm looking at it like this.
Like you're stupid.
Are you saying that I'm conveying my estate of 814 Jefferson Avenue? Or because when I look at this conveyance of a deed, that means you're conveying some property to somebody. And then if you're looking at it, if I take what I believe you're trying to say, is you're trying to say I conveyed Reginald Linton estate to Reginald Linton L.
Correct.
When you say that, then we're just saying, hey, Reginald Linton L. can't go in the house without permission and can't have crack cocaine on him.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
Quite.
And I can go around and around and give it to you like this. But
I'm not gonna spend too much more time on it. I'll let you state your but because this hasn't been responded to by the city. Then let me just go through with some other stuff that I said. You got a document, United States Department of State, to all to whom this presents shall come. Greetings. I certify that the documents hereunto annexed is under the seal of the state of Tennessee, and that such seal is entitled to full faith and credit. Okay, I mean, are we talking about your birth certificate? That's full faith and credit. But you're not referencing any of these documents under the seal, so I don't know what you're talking about. Then you provide me with
sorry, go ahead.
Then you provide me what I had to go look up, that the world political asylum card citizen's card. So I go to their website and I looked it up. And in the last paragraph of the World Passport, it says, a passport gains credibility only by its acceptance by authorities other than the issuing agent. So that in of itself, for this passport to be authentic and people support it and recognize it, the other people besides the World Passport people have to be able to say, I recognize that as an authority. And I don't know if the government of the United States recognizes this as any authority.
I'll tell you, it doesn't.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say that the United States does not accept passports issued by the Kingdom of Narnia.
Fuck yeah.
As far as
I use it to get into the federal building to take care of certain issues. And as far as the document you were speaking in terms of the Department of License and Regulatory Affairs, there was a diligent search done on my name to show that there's no liability or no corporate entity that
Yeah, see, stupid
has
again.
been registered under me. And the other issue is with all the what you have before you is because, well, yeah, courts are operating under federal debt collection procedure.
No,
And
no, we're not.
all
I
official
don't know.
federal and state.
I don't know where you get that authority and where you say that. You haven't cited that in your treatment law, and I don't know that to be true. I know that the courts are operating.
I know it. You say the court is operating under the Constitution.
Yes.
Si, senor.
So
What's
if
the
you're
fuck?
operating under the Constitution, why is there an Admiralty statutory maritime flag behind it?
Oh, fuck you.
I didn't get that. What did you say now?
He's saying that
Say,
he's
if
an
you're
idiot, Your
operating
Honor.
under the Constitution, why is there a statutory maritime flag behind it?
A statutory maritime flag.
Yeah, that flag that you have behind you is a flag that actually belongs out at sea. So that's Admiralty Maritime.
Admiralty
Maritime?
As someone who served in the Navy, I can tell you that Admiralty Maritime is when the commander of a carrier group plays a drunken game of pin the harpoon on the destroyer.
And the alleged the laws that you quote and preside over your Michigan citizens with are statutory and codes.
Right?
Yeah, no argument there.
They're not common law.
They don't have to be common law. They've been codified. If you read the whole Constitution, the 14th Amendment gives the states the power to codify their laws. All right, so
Mr. Moron.
Linton L. Today is only the date and time for arraignment in the matter. So
Right. I want to, if you don't mind, I want to.
He wants to be a moron.
leave. I don't want to see you with no clothes on, sir. Go ahead.
Okay. Exhibit 5 is a certified
Exhibit
document from the
5.
Library of Congress, where there was an act to provide for a government for the District of Columbia, and
Are you
which happens to be a municipal corporation,
in?
Which happens to be where you are, a municipal corporation. Now, the document that you stated about the United States of America, United States given full faith and credit and so forth, is where a legal search was done by my name. And see, I'm not my name. My name was given to me to distinguish me from you and so forth.
No, your name was given to you as a baby to distinguish you from the rest of the rocks outside. And regardless of whether you identify as yourself or not, you are yourself when it comes to the law, and you will be the one held responsible for breaking it.
So if you go and look at, I think it was Exhibit 5. Exhibit 5 with my identification on it states that Memphis, Tennessee Republic. It says nothing about a District of Columbia or a private or municipal corporation. I wasn't born in a corporation. So there's the subject matter jurisdiction. And here's the proof that I'm not a ens legis, if you know what that is off the top of your head. You might have to go research that too. That's a creature of the law. See, legally you guys can do what you do, but how much lawful it is, as you state, that you operate under the Constitution. Well, if you go back and look at my signature on my identification, UCC 1-308, not to be compelled to perform under any unfulfilled contract that I haven't entered into without knowledge and knowing of all said contract. And I don't have a contract with you guys or the state of Michigan. And again, you said there's a corpus delicti. Where's the corpus delicti? Because you can't injure a corporation state. You can't injure, and I got your duns and brass.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Listen. Yes, you can. Listen, let me just say this. I know you're not going to believe what I'm saying.
No, he doesn't believe stupidity.
Your own belief, but you can criminalize a company, a corporation criminally responsible. You can do that.
Okay.
You can hold a corporation criminally responsible, and you can hold the officers of that corporation criminally responsible.
Okay, so here's the thing. That officer, which is not an officer of the court, issuing out contracts for me to engage with your municipality, and him issuing a contract, he don't have a right to issue no contract to me for me to engage with you. And then, as a matter of fact, that's why I quoted in here in the affidavit. That's why I quoted in the affidavit.
Your Honor, can you just
number
kill him, please?
4, it states, who may serve generally process in civil actions may be served by any legal competent adult who is not a party or an officer of a corporate party. He's an officer of a corporate party. You operate corporately, and where you work is corporate, and he's a private mercenary. I have several Supreme Court cases whereas it states that police officer has no constitutional duty to even protect anybody. So he has no constitutional duty to protect. He don't have a right to harass either. Now, the other thing about some cocaine, he didn't have a warrant to search me or my truck.
When are these idiots going to learn to stop snitching on themselves? You literally just admitted to driving around with an illegal substance and probably eliminated several of the defenses that you could have had to fight the case.
He just pulled me over what he assumed.
Now, listen, now you're talking language that I understand. Now, none of that was in your brief. The only thing that was in your
brief is you being stupid.
Actually, it is.
Oh, you did.
No.
I read the whole thing.
No, we had our brain cells go down by reading it.
Wouldn't be what you would use where it states, I didn't harm anybody. That in your legal lease terms would replace
we got to be speaking the same language in order to talk.
You don't know how to speak any language.
We got to speak the same language. And I gotta speak the language of the written law and how it's written and the way you write it. I mean, I can't go into your mind.
When you say law, and I see something legal, which is nothing more than statutory or code, and to me, those are actually that's private law.
So why did you cite the Michigan corporal in your brief? Right in your brief.
Because he's stupid.
Well, why did you tell me? Why did you tell me?
That was cited because if you go in the beginning of where it states that I'm appearing specially, not not generally, but specially.
I don't know what that means.
To be fair, neither does he. Now, before we close this all out, I have one more little nugget of troglodyte goodness.
Go for it.
Well, I see you only been there since 2021, and from that point to this point, I don't know how long that is, and I don't know.
Doesn't know the man?
Under a year.
They don't. They don't tell everybody everything.
No shit. But they definitely tell lawyers and judges
Judges.
more than they tell someone who never attended law school to begin with. All right, guys, that's where we're going to end the
Thank you.
video
I'm going to have
today.
to leave you there. Thank you very much, Father Skeptic. With that, of course, we bring to the end of our afternoon. Come on back tonight for more. So we march along here from day one. Have a great afternoon, everybody.